What is up, everybody? It's your girl Gigi the Master Manifester, and I am back with another video. So tonight I'm going to be doing a reading on Chrisean Rock. This is going to be kind of like a part 2 to the reading I did on her and her sister. This was a while back. I know the new episode of Baddies just came out. I watched it. It feels like a waste of 2 episodes, I'm gonna be honest, because it just was so much trauma dumping, and I don't know the truth between a lie. It just, I don't know. All I can do is read the energy, and I feel like it's in alignment with the last reading I did, but I don't remember everything I said in the last reading. The only thing I remember is finding out that Chrisean was lying about like the allegations. So I'm gonna do like an update. You know, we're going to kind of get the energy now. So the questions that I have are, is Chrisean Rock a liar? What is her current highest energy? How does she feel about her sister, Tesiki? Does Rock really believe her sister did that to her? Is her relationship with God real or fake? Like, is this a facade or is this really genuinely like her transformation? Like, I want to know if that's genuine. And I also want to let the fans know if it's genuine or not, because yeah, we just need to know at this point. Last question, did she drink and smoke while pregnant? This came up in the episode and I was like, oh, this is a perfect question to ask. And I'm gonna just straightforward, you know, give it to y'all. So what I'm gonna do in this reading, I'm gonna go ahead, shuffle the music. So pay attention to the lyrics and the music. That's gonna be a good indication of the energy that, you know, Chrisean's energy. And, you know, if we start, you know, talking about Tesiki, then, you know, I'll shuffle the music. We'll see overall what the message is. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, first song, Drake, Chicago Freestyle. Let me turn it down. Okay, so question number 1, is Chrisean Rock a liar? About this whole situation with her and her sister, her fame, just her character in general. Is she a liar? Yes or no? I'm just doing one on the top. Queen of Swords, maybe. Queen of Swords, unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and perspective. Oh! Alright, so this actually is surprising. I did not expect this. But it seems like, from what this card is saying, you know, in regards to is she a liar, this is the water and air energy. So this Virgo and Libra energy is coming up. Like I said, we got a maybe. And I just read you guys the Queen of Swords. So it's saying that she's in that energy. Unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and perspective. So she feels like this is her truth. This feels like something that she's sharing. And this is like, it's saying clear perspective. So obviously, you know, we know that she couldn't do any drugs or anything while she was locked up. So, you know, that's showing because she was on, allegedly, this is all alleged, of course, for entertainment purposes only. But to my knowledge, you know, when she was out, she was heavily drinking and doing drugs. I'm not sure what drugs she was doing, but I know it wasn't just smoking. You know what I'm saying? It could not be. But, you know, if you do drugs, like, that does alter your brain. Like if you do hard drugs, like, that really alters your brain, and it changes, like, your perception sometimes. So that's why I'm saying, like, within her knowledge and within her understanding, she's not lying. She feels like she's, and it's kind of the energy that she showed up with on the episode. It's kind of like she was cool, calm, and collected, and she was just like, I'm trying to move forward. Like, you see this movement of this person, like, looking forward. That's all she wanted to do. She's just like, I'm gonna move forward. Like, and it's funny because it's like she's up in the clouds being delusional as fuck, because it's like, girl, like, we're here to communicate about what happened, but the only time she wanted to communicate, you know, clearly and openly was when her sister walked off. So I'm like, that was your moment to share instead of just throwing it in like at random little moments. I don't know, that was weird to me, but you know. Next question, what is her current highest energy? So I'm gonna pull clarifiers. What is Chrisean Rock's current highest energy? Whoa. Dang, a lot of cards just fell on the floor. So, so we got authority. She's in her masculine energy. The waiting game. So whatever is going on with her, she's waiting on something. Like waiting on something to come through, a phone call, waiting on, you know, I think she just at that period in her life with all the things that she's dealing with, like with legal battles and things like that. Like she's just stuck like in limbo. So we also have power, love begins, and choose wisely. So I think she is trying to take another chance at love, trying to like do something different. But it's just interesting saying choose wisely. I think, you know, it's like an internal battle. And also this masculine card here could be representing, you know, Blueface, you know, her ex or whatever. Because it's saying choose wisely, but then you have this authority. So I was like, she's in her masculine energy because she's being more like vocal, like just honest about like how she's feeling, thinking like whatever it is, you know. And that's that Emperor energy, which is this card here, the authority card. So I think that that's actually a partner. So let's see. Who is this authority figure showing up for her? That you're talking about, choose wisely. Give me insights. Who is this figure for her? Is this her or is this somebody else? Okay, we got 3 cards here. Teenage predator, be careful who you let babysit and spend time with your kids. Accepting truth. So what, I'm not affectionate in public around your family. I wasn't raised to show that, and I have issues with being touched. I love you, but I have to make the decision. Am I what you want in a relationship? Oh, focus. Your intentions on you. You've done enough for the ungrateful. So this makes sense. Like she's trying to choose something better for herself, and she's accepting her truth, her childhood trauma. So this predator energy is coming up. So it's kind of like she really does believe that this happened to her. But when I did the reading, it said that she was lying. And so I want to know the extent. And I'm not saying this to excuse whatever happened, but obviously I think that there's a fine line between, you know, her truth and like the way she perceives it. It's not to say it's wrong, but, you know, it's like be open and vocal about what you experienced so you can get help and you can get, you know, understanding about what you experienced. Because she's placing her sister like she's a predator. And I don't think her sister gives that energy. But we can pull and see, like, is it that? But it's just interesting because it's showing, it says, I have issues with being touched. That's very interesting. Like, that's interesting wordplay because this card here is talking about abuse. So, and then focus your intentions on you. You've done enough for the ungrateful. So I think the way that she's moving right now, she honestly wants to, like, she has a point to prove. She's trying to prove a point to her sister and also her family. I think she might be distancing herself from family moving forward because she feels like I'm giving y'all an opportunity and a platform. That's exactly what she said in the episode. And it's just like, but if you actually technically think back to it, Chrisean, you didn't really give her opportunity because when the reunion came and your sister auditioned, you told Natalie, and this came back up in the episode, you ended up telling Natalie that to not choose your sister, and that's why Natalie was trying to fight your sister at the reunion. And that's why that happened, and y'all can go back and watch that. But it's just so crazy because it's like a couple episodes after it ended up showing, like they was trying to say, like Chrisean, like I think Natalie was trying to say, I can't remember who, it's been a while, but she was just like, no, you're the one that told me to do it. Like, you're lying and you're being fake. And I definitely can see that in Chrisean. Like, she's the type of person to throw a rock and hide her hand. Like, we literally have seen that. So, yeah. But this is what's coming up for her. Because I said, what's her highest energy? This is her highest energy. Let me see. Go some more. I'm gonna play the music. Know what I like. He done found me playing in my life. Problem is I'm meeting Chrisean's highest energy. Whoa. Okay. Family matters. I don't even know if she a wife, but I do know one thing. No. She wants the family. So I think she's trying to find someone new. Look. Your ex is back. Communication. So Blueface is calling her. Y'all hear the song? Drunk ass. On this runway. On this. What did it say? On this one way. What the? That give me Blueface energy. Like calling from jail. Yeah. So I think he's calling now. Oh, you know what it is whenever I visit. So who's in Chicago? Let me pause this. Okay, music screaming. So says your ex is back. Communication, family matters. So I said, what is her highest energy? She's focused on this family. She wants to have another baby. This is crazy as hell. Because you see the little boy, but you see like a little girl too, like an older little girl. But, you know, she already has a son. So I'm curious, like, does she want a daughter too? Because I feel like she's delusional like that. Like, she'll have another baby with Blueface, even though he's not taking care of the first one. So that's just really interesting to me. Allegedly, right? This is for entertainment purposes only. So that is her energy. I could pull more clarifiers. Let's see. What's Chrisean's current energy? All right. Mood swings. Mood swings. This is Gemini energy. Oh, acting fake. It's the all white for me. Oh my God. Had enough. This a man. I won, bitch. I'm the missus now. So she's really battling between like, okay, I really got him. Watch your back. This is a woman who's untrustworthy. So I think what's going on right now, you know, this Blueface, I think people have been saying this, like he would always talk about Chrisean and be like, she lies and she's fake and stuff like that. And so this makes sense. So mood swings, acting fake, had enough. But I'm trying to figure out how he's so fed up, but he's calling her. So I wonder, is this ex a different ex? Maybe it's a different ex. I'm not sure. But, and then you got the I1. So this will make me think it's Blueface because, you know, like it's always been that battle between, you know, Jaden and Chrisean. And just now, like, Chrisean, like, trying to turn over a new leaf and, like, say, you know, she's happy for Jaden and things like that. And I'm curious. Let me see. Is she really happy for Jaden, Alexis? The Empress. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Connected, protected. Oh, 5 of cupcakes. With the, oh. I think, because this would be Chrisean in this situation. So this is like a controlling card. This could be like a parent looking over a child, or like a big sister looking over a little sister or brother. But this can kind of give controlling as well. Connected. So I think they share these similarities, but it's also like still like a distance between them. Like Chrisean, I'm gonna be honest with what I'm feeling. I feel like she thinks that there's nobody more famous than her and her son. I think just because her entire story, it's just like she has this energy about her that's like, I'm better than all of y'all. And it's like you just have to accept it. But that's just not the reality, because everybody have different standards for themselves. So it's like, I don't like the religious propaganda. It's very toxic. It's very, very toxic, and I don't like it. Like, I want you to have an identity outside of, you know, religion. Like, have like actual values as a person, and like show that, you know what I'm saying? Like, show that in your real life. Like, because, you know, it's just, to me, it don't be adding up. So anyways, that was the question. What's her highest energy? So let's ask, how does she feel about Tesiki? How does she feel about her sister at this time? How does she feel about Tesiki? Oh. Okay. This is the 7 of Cups, which represents opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, daydreaming. So she feels like her sister is all over the place. She feels like her sister is like trying to be her. And this is actually a Scorpio card, so it's a water card. It says regaining or losing control, mastery, choices, responsibility, myths, and secrets. So she does feel like her sister has secrets and things that she's not sharing. And she feels like her sister is just not being truthful and honest. She feels, quite frankly, like her sister's an opportunist. That's crazy. So yeah, it says opportunities. It's like you don't know which person you're going to get. That's literally how she feels about her sister. So, Tesiki, if you come across this video, like, it's just like, it's no coming back from this in her eyes. Like, whatever awakening that she had when she was in jail, whatever resolution she came to in her mind, she genuinely feels like you're against her. So I don't think something like that can ever be fixed, because she thinks that you want her spot. It's not like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. But that's how she feels. So, how does she feel about Tesiki? Clarify spirit. Secret admirer. I have a crush on you. So, I think she admires her sister, but she don't say it. Thief. Yeah, I steal from your family. Friends, yo ass doesn't make a difference. Money is green and I'm the black sheep of the family. Don't judge me. I do what I can to get my fix. So, she feels like her sister's a thief. Set boundaries. This person is coming to bully and manipulate you and have their way with you. They will leave shortly after feeling like they've won again. Oh, so she feels like Tesiki is really competing with her, especially with the stuff with baddies. Like, Chrisean acted like, oh, I haven't seen a new season, but you knew exactly, like, you knew your sister knocked Diamond teeth out. You knew that. But you mean to tell me you didn't watch nothing when you got out? Like, that's a lie. Because Chrisean, and this is because I've seen all the episodes, like all the seasons pretty much besides the first season. And Chrisean, once she got that big head, it was like, it just, nothing was ever the same. Like, Chrisean thought she was bigger than the program. That's when I stopped liking her, because it's like, you think you're bigger than the boss. Like, that's crazy. You on her show and you bucking up like you're the boss. And I understand when you feel like you're an underdog, but it's like everybody feels like that to a certain degree. Like, everybody that's, you know, new on the network or whatever, they feel like they have a point to prove. But it just seems like once she got to that point, she don't trust nobody. And through her life experiences and things she's went through, she doesn't trust a soul. So I think that the healing that she's claiming to have done, I don't think she really did it. I would just say dig deeper. Like, dig deeper. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're not healed and you haven't, like, mastered yourself, like, your perception is very off. And I've seen this with my own healing and within, you know, helping clients. Like, I do this for a living. So it's the patterns I'm seeing that is just like, it kind of gives me like not the right energy. All right, so she feels like she has to set boundaries with people. Like, she feels like this person will steal from her, take from her. Like, this person wants something from her. And I think too, knowing like how much she thought she was bigger than the program, when she left, she thought that they would be begging to have her back, or she thought that they would stop the whole entire show. Because I remember one episode where Natalie was like, basically like, y'all keep acting like this is the Chrisean show, and Natalie was pissed off or whatever, because y'all acting like Chrisean, you know, is the CEO or whatever of baddies. And so yeah, when she was during that period where Blueface was with her all the time and stuff, like, her head was through the roof. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I couldn't imagine having to deal with that every day, you know. So looking at that, it shows like she literally made up in her mind, like, I can't trust nobody. And it just felt disingenuous that she would sit there and apologize to all the other ladies, you know, like, that was on the show. Natalie, Rolly, Jayla, Scotty. She apologized to them and was like, I'm sorry for how I treated y'all. I wasn't in my right mind. But you can't say that to your own sister. That was weird. You know, somebody that, you know, y'all shared a womb. That's just weird. But next question. Oh, yeah. What did I ask? Oh yeah, how she feels about her sister. Does Chrisean Rock really believe her sister did that to her? Does she really believe her sister did that to her? Does she really think her sister molested her? Timing. I think her memory feels a little off about like what actually happened. And I've never read this card like this, but then you got the time clock, and it's like she's looking over and trying to reflect over certain things, but it's like her brain has been altered from controlled substances. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So it's like, is your memory serving you correct? Let me see, Spirit. Does Chrisean really believe her sister did that to her? Woke. I think she does genuinely believe it. She feels like she's woke. And for everybody that's went through a woke phase, yeah, perception be all the way off. Let me see. Foul play. Stalker alert. And Sun. I think she does believe it. Because this is like a young woman, she's crying. She feels like something happened to her. And she has the Sun card here. And we have Stalker alert. So I think she thinks that this person like really like pays extra close attention to her and things like that. So she really does believe it. She feels like she has to protect her and her son from this person. So that's crazy. Like, that's why I'm saying like she really feels like this happened. So if I was Tesiki, I would just stop trying altogether. Like, you're not going to get an apology because she genuinely feels like you did this. So I'm going to ask for my own peace of mind. Did Tesiki make Chrisean do that to her when she was 7? Did she make Chrisean when she was 7? Yes or no? Give it to me. Straight, no chaser. So this is the King of Swords reversed. It says maybe. Maybe. So it's reversed. Quiet power, inner truth, callous, weakness, lots of emotional control, manipulation, abuse of power, misuse of a power. I can't talk. Misuse of power. This is freaking Chrisean all the way. It's like the misuse of power. This sounds exactly like her. And what does Tesiki sound like? Quiet power. But then you have Chrisean, inner truth, callous, weakness, loss of emotional control. I think that's kind of Tesiki too, loss of emotional control. But the manipulation gives me Chrisean. I don't think Tesiki's manipulating. Like, I just don't get that energy from her. But you got the fire and air energy, excuse me, with the maybe. So you see how it's like it's a fine line. Like, okay, we can say we play house, but to say like I made you do this or whatever the case may be, it's just a fine line between like, okay, did she make you do that or did you do that? Or, and it's weird, it's like a weird conversation, I know that, guys, but I just want to get some type of clarity about it so people can have peace of mind about it. Does she really believe that? Let me see, because I want to get straight to it. Spirit, give it to me, yes or no. I'm not going to say does Chrisean believe it, because she already does believe it. But did Tesiki make Chrisean do that to her? Give me a yes or no. This one wants to come out. It says yes. Courage, confidence, independence, focus, zest for life, determination, and joy. So now we're getting a yes. So like I was saying, it's a fine line. And I hope I'm making sense. Like, okay, we can say, or Chrisean can say, yes, you made me do this. And from her perspective, it could be, okay, this person made me do it. Like, made me play house, made me do X, Y, and Z. But then also, like, you know, like, this is, I'm pretty sure within all communities of, like, playing house or hunching or whatever the case may be. Like, do we then say, okay, if we hunched, like, you abused a person? Like, or you did something to a person? Like, what's the fine line? Like, maybe y'all can chime in below and let me know. Like, does that make you an abuser if you partake in certain things? And yes, obviously, like, kids are curious and do certain things, but let me see, what was Tesiki's intention when she when she did that to her sister. Let's see. What was her intentions? Whoa. All right, so I'm gonna just read this one. Celebration, friendship, collaboration, creativity, friendship, community, and happiness. I think it says expression, expansion, growth, first stages of completion. So honestly, I think it was more of exploration. Like, okay, so it already came out that Tesiki was sexually abused by an older family member. I think a grandfather, they said. So when you're exposing kids to certain behaviors and then you do certain things, as kids, they're going to do certain things. So, you know, from Chrisean's perspective, this did happen, you know, even though her memory is a little skewed, it did happen. You know, this is coming out. It did happen, but it's a fine line. I don't think it happened in a sense of like, oh, I'm into you or, oh, I like you. It was more of things happened out of curiosity and also out of being exposed to certain things as a child. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm getting from this. I'm gonna go ahead and try to speed this up because my battery's dying. So that was the question: does she believe her sister did it, or I mean, did it actually happen? So that was the definite answer there. Okay, is her relationship with God real or fake? Is it real or fake? Emotional withdrawing, rejoice in celebration, memories of love, moving on, destiny, movement, choices, and decisions. I give more of a no than a yes. I think that this is a part of her and she knows that, you know, I think religion controls a lot of people's minds. So if you think about the older generations and like overall, like, you know, society, if you're Christian, people will look at you like, okay, like this is a good person. And so I think that she knows that from her childhood of like just her upbringing and stuff, like God always being a part of her life. But I think there was times where she walked away from the church and walked away from God, you know, being emotionally withdrawn and having those memories of like her childhood and her past. But I also think like she moved around and did different things in her life and made different choices and decisions in her life. And I'm also seeing a woman reaching old age and finally moving on. So it's just like showing me like she might not really be done all the way with Blueface, because it's a woman holding a time clock and it's like I've like wasted my life on a person. So that is coming up for her. Let me see. Is her relationship with God real or fake? Is it real or fake? Whoa. The Moon card. Release of fear, repressing emotions, inner confusion, misinterpretation, darkness, and insecurities. This is the water sign Pisces card. I don't know her sign, but if she is a Pisces, this makes sense because you got the water here, the water here, the water here in the cups. This is like emotions, like all over the place. And like y'all know, y'all saw the cards mood swings. I think this is like a lot of different things. But yeah, this is the Moon card. Look at this. God is not pleased. That's what came to my mind. But yeah, release of fear, repressing. I think she does want to be this holy person. I think it is a part of her destiny to like share her story with the world. But I do think that, you know, with her being emotionally withdrawn and also so stuck in the past of like this energy with this partner, going through domestic violence, going through, you know, dealing with drugs and alcohol. You know, this is showing it right here. These are wine glasses. So I think she's celebrating, you know, but I hate to say it's not with God. That's what I feel like. She's celebrating, she's drinking, she's doing all these things, you know, moving throughout life, but it doesn't give me with God. It says illusion, mystery, dreams. No, this is the other side. And the Moon card is reversed, so it says release of fear, repressing emotions, inner confusion. So that shows me that she's kind of like conflicted and confused within her journey. She knows that she's supposed to be like incorporating God into her brand, but I just feel like it's not as authentic, you know, as it should be. Like if you're creating a platform and you're like literally got a show coming out called God's Plan. What is God's plan? Like, are you telling me God's plan? And I'm not trying, I promise you I'm not being biased. It's just, I'm literally like reading into this. Is God's plan, you know, like showing your child, like, is that what you're, is that what the plan is of like, okay, I'm going to show me my child's journey? Or are you going to be on there like literally trying to act like you're holier than thou, when we know, we've literally seen it, it's documented, like things that you're doing, things that you've done, and it's just weird behavior of like not being authentic to your truth, not really having an understanding of her truth. Okay, so that is the question. You know, is her relationship with God real or fake? So my last question is, did she drink and smoke while she was pregnant? Let me hurry up. This should be a simple yes or no. Did she drink or smoke while she was pregnant? Whoa. Maybe. Transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, and moving on. Did she drink or smoke? We got the air sign, so that definitely gives smoking. Did she drink or smoke when she was pregnant? Page of Pentacles, yes. So we have the yes. Manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, diligence. So I think this deals like with within a working environment, because you see transition and change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, and moving on. So I think that maybe she did, and then she stopped when she was trying to, you know, leave Blueface alone or whatever. I'm not sure of the timeline, but that's what's coming to my mind. And then it's like, you know, when she's in a better headspace, it's like, okay, I'm seeing her doing this, because it says yes. So this could be, you know, in a work environment, because you have the skill development, financial opportunity, and manifestation. So yeah, that gives me yes. Let's see. Was Chrisean drinking and smoking when she was pregnant? All right. Single mommy, feelings deleting, torn. Was she drinking and smoking when she was pregnant? That's a bad motherfucker statement. I was asking, did she drink and smoke during her pregnancy? Let me see. Did she drink and smoke during her pregnancy? Healing. She drink and smoke. Spell work. Okay, so with this, I am getting maybe. It's like maybe energy. It's like yes or no. Torn, single mommy, feelings deleting. I think there were times that she did, but there were times that she didn't. Okay? So that's what I'm getting from this. Torn, feelings deleting, single mommy, healing. So I do think once she got like deeper into her pregnancy, she stopped. Okay? See, because I got maybe, and then I got yes. So yeah, so she did, but it's like, it's a fine line. I think it's a lot of like fine lines when it comes to this entire situation. And I just want to reiterate, like, I really don't want to be biased, but I don't like when people lie. So I just wanted to put it out there, like the truth. Let me see, how's Tesiki feeling about this whole thing? Like, what's Tesiki's energy? Like, how is Tesiki feeling after having a conversation with her sister? Okay. Regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. So we got the 5 of Cups. This is a Scorpio water card. So this is a person who is sad. It's like she's thinking like, where did I go wrong? Like, what did I miss? You know, like, when did I become such a bad person? So that's kind of normal to feel this way. And it's not to excuse what she did, but she genuinely doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. But maybe she does, because you have regret, failure, disappointment. It's like she's looking at herself like negative. Pessimism, loss, grief. I don't like that. That's kind of sad. Let me see. From her perspective, does she feel like she abused her sister? Like, from her knowledge and her recollection, did she abuse her sister? Does she feel she abused her sister? Yes or no? Okay, we got yes. So I think, because it says giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, and sharing. So so it's coming up now that it's a yes. This is so crazy. I think, the more that she's reflecting on things, she's like, okay, maybe this did happen, but it kind of hurts her that because she feel like she did certain things to, like, if there ever was a question, like, was that wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of making her feel bad now because that was never her intention. And it was just, when you're a kid, things happen or whatever. It's not like you're maliciously trying to do something to somebody. Overall, I feel like Tesiki just feels like she's reflecting over her life and she's reflecting over her perception on certain experiences. And it's like looking back over your life is very hard sometimes, like, because you realize certain things have happened and maybe the way you perceived them, or maybe you never even thought about it. You know what I'm saying? So to be in the spotlight now and then having to, like, feel all of these emotions while trying to, like, come into, like, a new version of yourself is very, like, disheartening. So if you look at the position of the cards, look at her looking backwards, and then look at her looking backwards here. This is also reminding her of her abuse, and she knows how bad that made her feel and how empty that made her feel. So to know that she made her sister feel that way, it hurts her. Okay. How's Tesiki feeling? Look, heartache and loss, victory and success. So I feel like she's proud of herself for her growth, but it's also like she kind of looked at Chrisean like a child to her, because it's showing this stomach area here, and there's a broken heart. So she does feel like everything she did to, like, help Chrisean, like, Chrisean doesn't remember it because she's too blinded by, what was done to her, and this is kind of, it feels like this is a conversation we shouldn't even be having because it's so private and, like, sentimental and, like, so much of their own business, but it's like they put it on TV. So, it's up for speculation. It's up for, dialogue. So I just wanted to do a reading and just get insight into it. Like I said, I can't remember what the first reading said, but overall, I kind of still feel like, I don't look at her like she's a liar, but I feel like knowing everything that we know about Chrisean, that's her perception, but her perception we know is altered. So it's like, I want her to do some healing and reflecting, and, like, then we can, like, kind of look back in a couple of years and see, like, does she still feel the same way? Yes, this happened, but do you perceive it as, your sister abused you, or, like, R-worded you, or, something like that. But again, it's a fine line. Everybody's probably going to see this differently. Right is right, wrong is wrong, but sometimes there are different things that's just not black and white. So, I hope that things, get better for both of them individually. And I hope that the energy that they're putting out is the energy that they want to be remembered by. Like, in Chrisean's case, it's like you're being remembered by the bad things that you've done. And now you're trying to create a new image, but it's not built on a solid foundation. So I just want her to, like, genuinely, like, do some soul searching and, like, make sure that what she's portraying herself as, this is really her. Like, just find and be your authentic self. Don't just try to, like, be religious because that's what appeals to everybody. Like, be yourself. Discover what motherhood is. Discover what, like, who you want to be now, like, outside of, like, probation, or outside of, like, legal problems, outside of your baby dad, outside of the drama, outside of baddies. Like, who are you? Like, what do you want to be remembered by? Seriously. And as far as Tesiki, I feel like she's also going through a phase of healing in her life. I would just say, shadow work is important, reflecting over certain things. This is what my mentorship is for. I work with my clients one-on-one to address certain childhood traumas, because we all have different traumas, So my goal is to help people, like, overcome that childhood trauma, learn how to, perceive certain situations in a better way, moving forward into a life that is positive, where we have positive, thoughts about ourselves, and, we can look back on our past with confidence and knowing that we overcame trauma and we overcame struggle, you know, and just choosing to not live in that struggle, living in, you know, prosperity and abundance now. It's really a choice, like happiness, just like happiness is a choice. So, you know, that's what the mentorship is about, as well as like developing your own spiritual gifts and, you know, learning about divination, learning how to meditate, how to connect deeper with your spirit team. Just so many benefits to the mentorship. So if you guys are interested in joining or booking a personal reading, I have my link down below in the description box, www.mastermanifester888readings.com. But this is the reading on Chrisean Rock. This is the reading to figure out, you know, is she godly or is she just faking it for cameras? I feel like she is godly because that's a part of her. It's an aspect of her, you know, that roots her back to her childhood and, you know, who she is and who she, you know, aspires to be. But at the same time, I don't think that that is like a solid foundation. Look at this. It's like everything's rocky around her. You know, everything's rocky. So I just want her to find that balance and that peace within herself, and like that, just having that confidence that you can say that how I'm showing up in the world is like, this is my genuine self. So yeah, you guys, this is Juju the Master Manifester, and I am out.